Brand new colors for the Arkfeld Ultra from Olight. They are finally here. We're going to unbox them, review them, check them, and tell you how beautiful these flashlights are. Do hit the subscribe button and the like button. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. This is the new Olight Arkfeld Ultra with brand new colors. I'm going to open this box and show you how it looks. I even have a surprise color which is already unboxed. I'll show you that in the end. But this is how the packaging looks now. Let's quickly have a look at what's inside. So there is a nice plastic seal all over the box, so it protects the box from any kind of damage. And this is the typical Olight packaging, which has nice thick black packaging, very protective covers. Nothing much mentioned on the sides apart from where it's manufactured. For example, just shows you what's inside and where it's made and some sort of lithium cautions that you have to take. Apart from that, there's nothing else. They use that legendary OAL, which is Olight's aluminum, which is very strong. So all of their new flashlights, I think, are adopting that. So let's quickly have this open. Okay, so it's a drop-down box. Okay, there you go. So this is how it looks, and you can see it's this beautiful color which is still inside. Let me open that in some time. So they also give you some merchandise here, so let's quickly pull this off. It's an Olight coin actually, and it's pretty heavy, and it looks just like one of those old British pounds. Let's quickly get this out. Okay, this is very tightly packed. Okay, there you go. This is the Olight coin. So this is a collectible from them, and this is given to you for the Arkfeld Ultra. How beautiful is that? So let's keep that aside. Apart from that, let's see what else is in the box. There's the pull tab, which means you have some cushioning for the actual flashlight. And then there's another pull tab which you pull, and that's the end of the box. Basically, you have a charging cable and a manual inside. Let's see how it's packed inside. Let's quickly have this open. Okay, some warnings, user manual. Arkfeld users will already know about this. So there is some safety warnings. Like I mentioned, it's a lithium battery, so charging cable. Now this is proprietary to Arkfeld, and they use a magnetic base. I think those who have seen Arkfelds in the past have also seen the same kind of cable. So it's a magnetic proprietary cable. It is type A USB. So if you're looking to charge it with a phone or something like a type C power bank, just keep that in mind. The cable is okay. It's about, I would say, 1/2 meter long, and it's got a magnetic base. Now let's get to what's important. Okay, there's another card over here. Let's see what it says. Thank you for being a part of the Olight family. Your support is why we do this, which is awesome. Now for the legend. So let's quickly have this plastic opened up, and what do we have here? Now that's a brilliant dark navy blue color, and I think Olight fans will be amazed about this. Let me know what you guys think. So this is a nice aluminum anodized finish, I guess, and it's a typical OAL aluminum, which is 1.73 times stronger than normal aluminum, and it's as usual got the cap clips as well as your belt clips if you want to use it there, and it's also got a magnetic base. So if you have a metal object which you want to stick it to, it's going to be easy. And you have the logo over there along with made of OAL mentioned clearly. So it's a 3-light setup. You have the normal flashlight, you have a UV light as well as a laser. Okay, and there is a jog dial button which you can shuffle through between the 3. The first is the UV light, then you have the laser, and you have the flashlight. You also have a button to toggle it on and off. It's charged. Okay, it's on safety mode, so we press it for 2 seconds and the laser's on. So there you go, that's the laser. And then of course you have the flashlight and you have the UV light, all 3 over here. Okay, so let's look at the other color. You also have the battery indicator, which is really nice. So let's try that again. So it's actually got 2 slots which are filled, which means you have about half the battery. Yeah. Now, do you guys want to see what's the other color which we have? Well, it's the dark green. How beautiful are these? They're very compact, and they look really incredibly strong and durable. So none of this is paint. So if you think that it's going to scratch off, it's not going to do that because it's anodized. So it's kind of part of the whole metal itself. So that's the beauty of these flashlights. So this is a navy green and navy blue, and they look fantastic. Now time to have a closer look at these EDCs. Do hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you so much, it helps the channel. One of the main reasons why this EDC is really practical is because of this magnetic base. This one especially has a really strong magnet. You can see that I'm actually putting it on different angles and it manages to hold on really well. The flashlight will max out at 1400 lumens on full brightness, that's turbo mode. Of course, you have the high, medium and low modes, as well as the moonlight mode, which takes about 1 lumen. And with 1 lumen, it can last for 11 days. So that's a lot of time. Let's look at the charging mechanism. So basically you have this magnetic base. It's just like one of your old watches which you get with magnetic base. So it's a pretty strong magnet. That's not coming off easily. You can even hang the flashlight on that. It's pretty strong. I'm not too sure why they didn't go for a Type-C plug just directly. I mean, it could make it very convenient, but I'm having a feeling it's probably just the way you store this. So it's got this nice flat base at the end of the charger. So you can just place it like this and probably looks good too. So maybe that's the reason. I mean, they could have just put a Type-C slot here, but then I think they might have had some complications. But yeah, this is a nice alternative to that. Charging takes about 2.5 hours for a full charge. So just keep that in mind. It's not really high-speed charging, but 2.5 hours to charge about a 1500 mAh battery is what I'm hearing. So that's the time it's going to take. The best part is it's not just a magnetic base and a charger. If you look at it, I've plugged this on and you can see that there's a green indicator light, which means there is an LED built into the charging base as well. So let's see what happens when you put this on. The light turns into red. So that's a good way of showing you that the torch is actually charging and the light actually changes on this. It's a nice mechanism. Quick look at the user manual. So here's a quick look and it's really detailed. I mean, it's got all languages. There are some diagrams, there's a lot of technical discussions as to how you operate this thing, and it's pretty neat. It's done very nicely. So that's just to keep in mind if you have any issues using this. I think everything is here. It's all laid out very nicely. With turbo mode, this will run for about 121 minutes, roughly. And you also have the high mode, which obviously has slightly lower power. So it can go up to 135 minutes, and then medium brightness can probably run anywhere between 9 hours to 9.5 hours. And then you have the low, of course, which is about 55 hours. So pretty long run times on these EDCs, and they're really beautiful, honestly. So this is the moonlight mode. So when you actually press and hold it for a long time, you get into moonlight mode, and this is just 1 lumen, and this can last for up to 11 days. And the best part is, if you have the moonlight mode on, or you have any mode on, and this is probably okay, this is on high right now. If I triple click, let's see what happens, right? 1, 2, 3. This is turbo mode, and this is the brightest it can get. So this is throwing out about 1400 lumens, and this can last for about 121 minutes. And this is really awesome, right? So let's switch it off, and it does get warm. So yeah. So let's see how the laser looks. So it's got a green pointy laser. I'll leave the specifications here in case you guys want to know what's the wavelength and stuff like that. But this is a decent laser. I mean, you can use it for playing or, marking something. It works fine. And then, of course, you have the UV mode. So this is the UV mode. Let's see what it can pick up. Let me show you some carpets over here. So you can see that the edge of the carpet is actually glowing. Probably the fabric is sensitive to UV. You can see paper and some plastics will react to it. Water, of course, has no reaction. Okay, there's a jute bag over there. So UV light's pretty useful if you want to see, well, insects. You can actually sniff out dirt in your bathrooms. For example, the sink over here. If you look closely, yeah, there's some rubbish over there. So it does help you kind of identify dust. UV light, of course, has several other practical applications. For example, finding ringworms on your pets. So yeah, a lot of things you can do with UV light. You just have to Google it and it can help you. So let's test the flashlight. Low, medium. Yeah, this is high. So you can see how bright it is. Now, triple clicking will go to turbo mode. Let me show you how bright it is. That's really bright. That's really, really bright. So that's about 200 feet, 100 feet, I guess. Yeah, this is bright. This is so bright for such a small little flashlight. Of course, the laser has much better reach. Really not useful to see in the dark though. Okay, got some nice dark place to test, so I'm going to put it on turbo mode right now. There you go, triple clicking switches on the turbo mode, and that's about 50 feet away, that wall there, and you can see it's doing a good job. So I'm going to put it to, this is low, medium, high. This is high. This is turbo. Low, medium, high, and this turbo. Wow, that's amazing. So don't get me wrong, so in turbo mode it just gets pretty warm. At least the top part of this flashlight does get quite warm. At $120, this isn't a cheap flashlight, but the build quality and the features it has does justify the price, and it's IPX7 as well, which means you can immerse it in water and still be fine. So let me know what you guys think about this flashlight in the comment section below. I hope you liked the review. If you did, please hit the like button. It does help. I have many more videos coming up for EDC flashlights. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I shall see you on the next one.